Hello and welcome to Innsbruck in Austria for what was a packed week of competition climbing.
I'm excited to be here because it has been a long time that I'm not competing. My last competition was in Toulouse in 2019, so it is more than 1 year. I'm not competing in the Olympics, so my main goal will be to win the World Cup, or at least to try to win the World Cup. In the last period I mixed outdoor and indoor training, and then I went to Seoul for more or less 10 days, and I tried Bibliography, the second 9C of the world, climbed by Alex Mego last year. And this, together with the World Cup, will be my main goal for this year.
I was really excited before the competition because I felt quite good in lead, but in competition it's always different. The Olympics is getting closer and my preparation is going quite well, I think. I focused especially on boulder and lead until this moment, but now I started again trying the speed because I worked on my power during the winter, and so I hope it will be better than last year.
It's time for the IFSC Lead Finals in Innsbruck, Austria, as the women and men battle for a gold medal on 2 exciting routes. For the women, it was Akio Noguchi who won bronze, climbing in her flowy style. She got sideways on the first jump and battled the pump to finally fall on the last section. Brooke Rabatou was climbing in her first senior lead finals and meant business as she started upwards. She found great resting points throughout the route and came so close to a top, falling on the final big press move, but what a silver medal for her. Janja Garmbret was last out, and as always with Janja, the crowd were expecting fireworks. She tore through the route, setting herself up for the final jump and topping it out for a gold medal.
I really like the route, the observation already, and it was fun to climb. It had some tricky parts and like tricky sections, but yeah, I made it through pretty smoothly, so I'm really happy with my climbing today.
The men's final saw a slip from Adam Ondra, a heart in the mouth moment that kept him away from the podium. Sasha Lehmann picked up the bronze medal, battling his way through the endurance-style route, resting on tiny crimps before missing a high side pull. Stefano Gasolfi was out first in the finals and almost got a top, working his way through the various sections in style before missing the last hold. Would it be enough for a gold medal? Jakob Schubert, an Innsbruck local, was relishing getting stuck in, and he didn't disappoint. He looked in brilliant form, coming so close to the end and just pipping Stefano to victory.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, really happy. I don't know, somehow in my hometown Innsbruck it seems to work always. I'm really happy. I really fought hard. It was a really pumpy route. Kind of sad that we didn't get to see a fight of Adam. I think it would have been really exciting. He's such a strong climber, seems in a good form, and I think he would have had a really good shot at topping the route. So I was excited to see him up there, but yeah, that's how it goes sometimes.
Gold for Jakob and silver for Stefano, bringing an end to a wonderful finals.
So the season is not going as I expected, I would say, but today it works very well, so it's good. Last season I made a lot of changes and it worked well at Opens and amical competition. But at World Cups it's different. It's amazing how strong the people are at the moment, and so the route setter had to put the level already in qualification very high. Like compared to 3 or 4 years ago, the qualification and more complex. And I don't think it's the power or the strength level, but the complexity. Like, even in qualification, it's hard to read, it's hard to understand, and so it makes the difference. And I think that's why sometimes you see one very strong climber not in semi-finals, and sometimes he won or he wins just after. Yeah, I think it's very hard since the beginning, and that's why it's very hard to qualify at World Cups.
It's 2 years been to come back to competition, so I'm really happy 2 years. And before the qualification, a little bit nervous because so long time break. 2 years only training is so hard to mentally, and finally I feel so fine now. So I'm really happy, and meet my friend and competing again. I'm so happy. So now.
Super! Jawohl! Korea top! Nummer 3! Chloe Collier. What a powerful fight! And she made it!
Qualification great, more harder than 2 years before. I got 5 tops, so I'm really happy now. So feeling comfortable.
The boulder finals signalled the end of an amazing week of climbing here in Innsbruck, but there was drama right until the very end. The women climbed first, and it was Stasha Geho who put on an impassioned performance on Boulder 2, launching herself across the volumes and claiming her bronze medal. Natalia Grossman has been on stunning form recently, and she took on Janja Garnbret in a fight for the gold. She read the beater on Boulder 1 perfectly and added another silver medal to her collection. Meanwhile, Janja Garnbret unleashed beast mode and put on a flawless display, flashing all the boulders and adding a gold medal to the gold medal she's already won in lead this week. Natalia Grossman also sent all the problems, but in more attempts, and got the silver, while Stasha Geho, well, she put on a stunning performance for her first medal of the season with a bronze.
Yeah, definitely. This has been a perfect week and 4 days of competing for me. Of course, I'm sad that the last boulder was cancelled, but I think I started well. I had 3 flashes. I showed my best in the semis, so there's nothing to be said about.
When things resumed, we only had time for 3 male boulders. Hikaru Fuji had a slow start to the finals, but a stunning top on the tricky slab of Boulder 3 meant that he grabbed a bronze medal. Tomoa Narasaki came so close to winning the competition, fighting to the dying seconds. A highlight for him was men's Boulder 2, where he unleashed all of his power to the watching athletes. Silver medal for Tomoa, but he was so close to that gold. Yoshiyuki Ogata put on a display of power and control, finding solutions to the first 2 boulders and setting himself up for the win. A gold medal for him and the end of an incredible week of competition climbing in Innsbruck for the 2021 World Cup.
Yeah, I'm so happy, but unfortunately, we couldn't try for all borders. That's why I'm so happy, but I kind of sad about about final.
Hello and welcome to the 2021 Lead and Speed World Cup here in Villars-sur-Ornon. I'm going to give you guys a little tour of the stadium here today, and this is the isolation area where the athletes wait, getting ready to compete. And you can imagine what a nervous moment that is as they transfer from this wall where they get all their fingers and muscles ready to waiting for their big moment under the spotlight. And this is the journey they're going to follow. They'll approach this exit door, make sure they tie on with the ropes, talk to their belay, getting ready, and they'll come through into this section here where they take a little quiet moment to compose themselves before walking out into the crowds. Here we go. Okay, there aren't any crowds here right this exact second, but on Saturday night this place will be packed with screaming fans because they're back for this weekend of competition climbing, and they're all to watch this stage. And there's 2 walls of interest. One of them is this lead climbing wall behind me. As you can see, with all lead climbing walls, it's a massive structure filled with volumes and exciting climbs ready for tomorrow's qualifying session. And of course over there, well, this is where things get a little bit speedy. This is our speed wall here in Villars. You know the route by now, and the athletes are racing to get to the top as quickly as possible. Now you may notice I've got a harness on, and that can only mean one thing: I get to go climbing on the speed wall behind me, but luckily I'm joined by Eric, who is a professional speed climber. Eric, first of all, welcome to the competition and thank you for teaching me today.
Thank you, no problem. For me, it's a huge honor. Thank you very much.
Dude, it's great. Now look, speed climbing, on the surface, is quite simple. You race from the bottom to the top of the route, trying to beat your opposition.
Exactly.
But it's complicated because there are techniques and tips you can do.
And different ways, for example.
Exactly, and one of them is the start, right? Because there are multiple ways of beginning this route.
Yeah.
Originally, way back in the day when this started, was there only one method?
There was only one method, and now we have a lot of methods, and it has a lot to do with the development of the sport. And the first method is like the classic method, and you grab everything, and now you try to jump higher and you don't grab all the holds. And well, that has to do a lot with the time, of course.
So the less holds you grab, the quicker you are, because you're just missing sections out.
For example.
Okay.
And another important thing is how straight you climb. That's another huge tip now for you. You have to try to climb like straight ahead all the time.
Okay, well what we're going to do today is we're going to end it in a race, of course. It would be stupid not to. But we're going to start off with the beginning. And first of all, could you show me the classic?
Yeah, sure.
I'm then going to have a go and you can give me some tips for our race.
Okay. Yeah. So, at first I will do it slow. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see the technique.
Talk me through those. So 2 hands on the first one.
2 hands, and on jacks, right foot up, and you wait for the beep, 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 and then you have to jump. Always jump. Don't forget it, okay? Always jump. So you jump, grab with both hands the first hold, exactly. Left foot on the first hold, then right foot friction, left foot in the other hold, okay? And then you go to the next one, okay? To the next move, okay? That's the easiest method of all.
Show me the easy.
Okay, a little bit slow, right? So you jump, boom, boom.
Okay.
Yeah, got it?
Do it full speed now so I can see the power of this movement.
Okay.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, it's really fluid, isn't it? It's just a flow from
sure,
right to left.
Sure.
Okay,
Nothing
so 2
will
hands.
bother you now. At your marks. Ready? Beep, beep, beep. Hey, there you go. You forgot your left foot here, but it was really fast. Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
How was it? It's not that hard, right?
I felt super speedy, but I'm sure I'm not. I'm gonna give it one more go with the left foot, so I've got to use the left foot, right?
Yeah. At your marks. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, left foot, right? Exactly.
Hey.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
I'm
yeah,
speed climbing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Much better. Much
Now,
better.
obviously, I've just totally nailed the classic, so let's step things up a bit.
Okay.
What's method number 2, and how did it come about?
Method number 2, the second revolution, I think it was the Reza method, and it was a huge step for us because now you don't grab this left hold, so you gotta jump a lot. Simple. The less holds, the faster you go.
Okay.
Okay? So. Whoa!
Okay, so it requires an enormous jump.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, when you have a method, your way of doing it, and then you change it, how much that can get in your head.
It's really hard. I worked for a month to change one method to other one.
Yeah. Right, so I go from the normal start.
Left foot, right foot, left foot. But then, with both hands, you have to jump to the higher hold. Yeah. At your marks. Beep, beep.
Okay, so here,
Yeah.
and then...
Jump now, high. Exactly.
Okay,
Ready?
Big jump now, come on.
Beep, beep. Yeah, just like that.
But I heard that it's about a 7A move, this. If you were to boulder it, it's about 7A, which, okay, I can climb 7A, right?
Yeah.
Really slowly. You know, it takes me some time. Speeding 7A is a totally different thing.
Exactly.
Okay. I'd really like to get this. Okay.
Beep, beep.
Up to there, then
No,
I'm going to
exactly,
slow it down,
exactly.
right? So
Now.
from here.
Exactly. Yeah, my friend. Yeah, almost.
Oh, so
Yeah,
close.
So close, so close.
Okay, I appreciate we have a time limit, but I'm trying it one more time, okay?
Beep.
Here we go. Both hands to the Joe.
Yeah.
Right, now here's the
up,
moment.
Up. Fast, strong. Exactly. Yeah,
Hey.
exactly.
I
Just
am
like
Tomoe
that.
Narasaki. Did you see that? Right, I tell you what, mate. I am in the mood for a race. Clearly, I've nailed the beginning. So, are you up for racing me?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. Always ready for speed. Ready?
Yeah.
Beep. Beep.
Oh, God, he's so far ahead of me. He's so far ahead of me. I'm having to climb it. He's already.
Beer. I want a
done.
beer. I want a beer. Hell
Okay,
yes.
I'm trying to go speedy. I forgot to go speedy. I'm being so slow. Why am I so slow? Everyone told me I was slow.
Come on, friend. Yeah, you got this.
Okay. Here's the final jump. It's fine. Luckily, I'm an athlete.
How do you feel?
I'm not out of breath at all, which is good. Look, Eric, thank you so much for showing me some things.
No worries.
Hopefully you guys at home realise that this is so hard. Like, the amount of training you've got to do in order to get this right is enormous.
Yeah.
I'm still out of breath.
Involve a lot of technique, a lot of work, and it's nice that you guys at home see it, and thank you for the support. It was amazing.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for showing me. I will practice. I'll come back stronger. And I'll see you guys for the live streams very soon. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the 2021 Villars-sur-Orléans IFSC Speed World Cup Finals. It was an exciting night of races, In the small finals, Kirmal Katabin just pipped Vladislav Julin to the bronze medal in a race that was won in the air on the final dyno. In the men's main final, Vedrik Leonardo never looked back as Dmitry Timofeev slipped at the bottom. Vedrik stopped the clock on 5.32, just outside the world record, and what a win. In the women's small final, Patricia Hujiak was behind but never gave up, taking advantage when Desek Madre Rita Kuzma slipped. A great bronze medal for her. Ekaterina Barashuk, in her first senior finals, took a stunning victory, beating the experienced Yulia Kapina when she hesitated. Ekaterina kept it together and slapped the timing pad for her victory. A great night of competition, and as always, the races coming down to the wire. On an atmospheric and misty night in Villars-sur-Orléans, we witnessed a spectacular lead finals. The tricky conditions meant that we saw a few falls early on for the men, which simply added to the drama of the event. It was Colin Duffy in his first senior lead finals who early on climbed into a medal position. He used the press res well high up on the route, but fell going up to a dish-like hold, but still enough for a bronze medal for him. The fog rolled in for Alex Magos, making the hard route even harder. He dealt with the different sections well, finding the rests when needed. He even had time for a little smile to the audience during the press rest. He almost made it to the top, just dropping the slap up to the pink side pulls. Sean Bailey looked calm and controlled, yet with all his explosive style. He barely put a foot wrong, coming so close to a top, just missing a kick out right and taking the ride back to the floor. Sean's first league gold medal, and we have a feeling there'll be more to come. A stunning victory for Sean Bailey, who almost topped. A silver for Alex Magos, who should get extra style points for climbing in that fog. And a bronze for Colin Duffy. An early dynamic move on the women's route meant that we again lost a few climbers down low. Natalia Grossman was the first to climb and immediately made an impression. She was smiling throughout, clearly excited to be competing. She just missed out on the final pop and swing for the top. She sat in a hot seat for a while before eventually being knocked off and having to settle for a bronze medal. Laura Rogera looked full of determination as she started climbing. She had a scary moment down low that had all of our hearts beating, but kept it together and continued upwards. She turned dynos into static movements, but hesitated for a while at the top before sticking the move with seconds to spare. Janja Garnbrett knew she had to top to beat Laura. She displayed all of her power, clipping the chains, and due to count back to semi-finals, the gold medal for Janja and silver for Laura.
I knew that Laura topped the route before me, so this was another pressure on me. But yeah, I guess I work well under pressure, so I'm really happy with my performance this week.
So the end of another 2 competitions. Make sure you catch up with us as soon as you can, for the tour heads to the iconic town of Chamonix in France for the next Lead World Cup.